I think we've explored all possible ideas. Okay, so the next item on our agenda is the different services that Azani Capital offers. Now, I'll just run through quickly, just to kill time while Jesse is preparing his screen. I'll look at the website. Let me, I think I can stop. Okay, I've unmuted myself. At the website, there is business consulting, credit repair, life insurance and annuities, accounting services, tax preparation, commercial loan brokering, and so on. And of course, as we know, the firm is mainly a financial services firm. That's the main aim of Azani Capital. Now, beyond that, we will talk about giving back to the community at some point during our program this evening. We'll talk about giving back to the community, and that is where the charities come into play. So we have several services on this that Azani Capital is offering. And of course, as Jesse has introduced the team to us, we know that there are different experts in the team who will be taking care of the different arms, the different organs of Azani Capital. So let's see if Jesse is ready now to share her screen with us so she can explain in greater detail. Jesse?
Yes, Kaya.
Do you need more time?
No, I just need a second to set up. I'm ready to go.
And again, on the website, we have lending services and lending assistance services like commercial real estate, fast cash, construction funding, debt restructuring, new equipment. This is in purchasing new equipment, getting loans to purchase new equipment, or restructuring debt in a company. This could apply to all companies, whether it's small, medium-sized, or large businesses. Yeah, Jess, are we ready?
I think.
All right. Then you can expatiate on this. Yes.
All right. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can, Jess.
All right. Hello, everybody. And again, welcome to Azani Capital. So with Azani Capital launch, we're just going to quickly go through our services and discuss what we do, so we have a really good understanding of that. So, can you see my screen? All right, there we go. Okay, so basically, just wanted to welcome you all. Most of you know me as an accountant, tax practitioner, and a few other things in between, but Azani Capital is actually looking to do more than that. The team and myself sat down and deliberated on how to go about this. We understand that there are a lot of services, financial services that we all need, that our people need, that our community need. And so we sat down and looked at how related these services are, what we can do to create impact and stuff like that. The question you could ask is, why Azani Capital? Why do we think that we'll be able to do this? Why did we start Azani Capital? And again, One of the reasons is so that we can provide impeccable financial services, and not just to individuals. Remember, Azani Capital is providing services to both individuals and companies. So we're looking to provide services to every entity, personal or legal, that there is. Another thing is that we understand the nature of your business. Most of us have worked in different industries over time. Most of us have experience either working as managers, working as accountants, working as advisors, whatever. And we have this vast industry and knowledge that we are using. And another third point is, if you combine the work experience of the Azani team, 50% here is just we just being cautious. We didn't really want to put all the years on them, because then you're gonna try to kind of second guess our ages, which we trying to hide, you know. So we decided to leave the 50 there as an average, but we definitely have a combined corporate experience of over 50 years. And this experience is not just, it's not outside of finance, if I might say. Like, you heard me introduce the team there, quite a few of them are chartered certified, quite a few of them have a financial advisory experience, a few of them have worked in the tax industry for a long time, and also some are and have worked in banks for more than 25 years. So Derek, who spoke, was actually for more than 20 years, he was a vice president at Wells Fargo. So we have all of that experience put together. And the fourth point is that why Azani Capital? We strive to be an extension of your financial and accounting services. So we don't just provide numbers. We just don't look at numbers and like, here you go. No, we are striving to provide beyond just numbers. We are striving to give you value on top of just the numbers that we get to give you. We try to interpret them, to translate them into action that will add value to your business, and to provide financial education and to underserved communities. It is no secret, and this, I know that we have viewers from across the world, and what's happening is that most of our communities are underserved, they are underserviced, they are undereducated, and so what we're striving to do is provide is to cover that gap, that financial education gap. And this has nothing to do with accounting. We've all learned a whole lot of that in school. This is about how to grow financially, how to manage your resources, how to be financially responsible, how to be financially accountable. That's the kind of education that we're talking about, things that impact your day-to-day living. So our services, what are they? We have a wide set of services. We have business lending, consumer lending, life insurance and annuities, business consulting, accounting and tax, and credit repairs. For those that are in the US, you would understand exactly why, when I say credit repairs, you know exactly what that is. Because like we have seen when we're talking about unsecured loans, if you are financially irresponsible, your credit repairs will reflect that. And if your credit your credit score reflects that. And if your credit score reflects that you're financially irresponsible, you will not be getting those unsecured loans that we just spoke about. So that's just an example. So let's look at some of those services briefly. I'm just trying to go fast. We'll have, after this, we'll have conversations, questions, and you can, if you have a question, just write it down and we will definitely look into it. So on the left, you have the different business lenders that you have out there. There are different business lenders. You have commercial banks, you have non-bank lenders, you have region-specific lenders. There are those that only lend to people in, Eastern US. There are those that only lend to EU citizens or only lend to Zimbabwean citizens or whatever you want to call it. And then you have micro lenders, your credit unions and all of those. And then you have alternative lenders. Now, the chunk of the market is owned by what we all know, commercial banks. And those are the big guys that just accept like million applications and they reject about 800,000 of them, because statistics shows that about 80% of loan applications are rejected. Now, where do we come in? Based on that statistics, where a whole lot of people are rejected and they feel like they do not have alternative sources of funding, whether it's for personal reasons or it's for business, Azani Capital then tries to bridge that gap. Do we also work with commercial banks? Yes, we do. But most importantly, we want to be able to provide people with alternative sources of funding for their personal needs and for their business needs. So we work with commercial banks. If you are, commercial banks will really work with you if you are so financially responsible and every box is checked. They will happily help you. But at the same time, sometimes there are some services that they cannot provide to you. And that's where we come in and we take you to non-bank lenders, or we take you to alternative lenders. And this is principally in the US space. We are going to come and then we'll talk about the vision for Azani, so we can look at other markets and see if there are, and see what our thinking around that is. On the right, we have, on the right, we have what determines whether you get a business loan or not. Your cash flow, the industry risk, your credit score, and you also have your time in business. It is very important, and this is something that, how many years have you been in business for? Lenders will always ask that. They want to know, they want to see a track record. So it is important that you don't start a new business every year and then you close it up and then you go start another new business. You're just killing your history and you're not building any rapport there. So what you do is that if you had a business and you figure you want to change industries, just rebrand it, but keep the track record of that particular business. It helps with everything else that you want to do in future. And then we have the different types of business loans that we can help you with. You have SBA loans. So if you need any of this kind of business loans, and guys, we're just talking business lending here, we'll get to consumer lending. Azani Capital can definitely help you. Whether you need SBA loans, you need term loans, you need lines of credit. And because we're just showing you services, I'm not going to go to the in-depth explanation of this, but if you want to find out what line of credit or what lending options are best for you, we can always have a conversation, look at your options, see what you would really qualify for and apply for. If you need to finance your vehicle, if you're buying a car under your company name, or you need equipment financing, say you want to open a hair salon. Let's start with a small business. You want to open a hair salon, you need a whole lot of equipment, those we can do. Or if you feel like you have the calling of God and you want to open a church, we can also help you finance the church equipment. If you want to open a bakery, if you want to open a school, whatever you want to do and you need equipment, we can assist you there. Matured card advances, this is basically where companies look at your sales, especially for subscription businesses, and they can kind of have some sort of pre-qualification of how much income you're going to be making in the next few months. If you need an immediate cash injection into your business, they can give you those advances. Invoice financing. This is where you basically use your unpaid invoices, especially when you have huge contracts. This helps, or government contracts, or whatever the case, or the creditors that you have, the debtors that you have are very reliable, seem to be reliable. You know, you can use those as collateral and get that. And then there is invoice factoring, where you basically sell the invoice at a discount to a factoring company. They buy that and then they give you money and you can inject into your business and continue. So we do all of this at Azani Capital. Now, what is best for you? We can have that conversation anytime you feel like you want to find out. All right, so that's it for business lending. Again, any question you have on that, please just note it down and we'll get to it. Now, the next service that we provide at Azani Capital is life insurance and annuities. Now, why are we doing this? Maybe before I even get into this, or let me finish with the services, now explain why we feel we had to do all these services. Someone asked me, Jesse, don't you think you guys are offering way too many services? And when I explained the reason behind, they were like, okay, that makes absolute sense. So next service that we offer, life insurance and annuities. Why do I need life insurance? Why do you need life insurance? Why does anybody need life insurance? Anyway, There are a few reasons, you know. One of them is that if you're the main breadwinner in a family, with life insurance, should anything happen to you, your family is still able to continue to survive. So, I mean, by anything happening to you, it doesn't necessarily mean that the worst thing happens, but you could be in an accident and you are disabled and you're unable to work. The life insurance is able to cover you for a long period, and your family is able to continue to function as it normally does. Divorce parents, some parents use their life insurances as a support to pay for alimony and child support or whatever the case might be. A parent of special needs child. Now, you know, life insurance is such a broad term, but once you are applying for life insurance, we can take you through your different needs and pick up those options that suit your specific needs. So these are broad reasons, right? They don't necessarily apply to everybody. So parents of a special needs child will really do well with life insurance, because what that means is that that child continues to have support should anything happen to you. That child is not left despondent, is not left lacking. There is money for the child's continuous maintenance, education, special care, whatever that is. Well, some people actually take life insurance because they don't want anybody to worry about burying them. So if you don't want your family to raise money to bury you, please just get a life insurance, a small life insurance. It will cover the cost of everything. That's actually why some people do it, but I feel like that alone wouldn't suffice. You should be able to say, okay, I want these expenses covered so my family doesn't stress, and at the same time, I want to leave them with something substantial to continue to build their own lives. And I think that's one of the best part of it. And then we have, if you co-signed it, you know, most of us that have been that are out of our different countries, or that are, or even in our countries, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Cameroon, Nigeria, wherever you are, when you co-sign a debt, if that person dies, you are responsible for that debt. So what happens is that you can actually take a joint life insurance on that debt to say, should anything happen with A or B, then that life insurance covers the debt. So business partners that come together to do joint ventures that involves a whole lot of borrowing, they do that to secure, to ensure that, because if the person dies and you are responsible for the debt, what then happens is that they'll come for your assets, and you really do not want that to happen, right? Then we have high net worth individual. Now, you would actually wonder, why would a high net worth individual need a life insurance? You know, I've had conversations with people who say, and now I don't need life insurance because my plan for my family is I'm just going to do enough investment for them to live off on when I'm gone. And the question is, while you're having this very fabulous plan and doing all of these things, at the same time, you are accruing liabilities, you are accruing debts. So should anything happen to you, the first thing that happens is that they will sell off all your assets and settle all the debts that you have. Your house, they will sell. If you stop, if your family cannot continue paying your mortgage, the bank will take it. If they cannot continue paying the car, the bank will take it. If you have money at the bank and that money is not enough to pay the bank will go for it. So what high net worth individuals do is that they provide an inheritance plan. That is by saying that no matter what happens, this is something for you to take as a base and live your own life on. And I think that that is one of the most, when I look at our communities, I feel like that's something we should focus on. We haven't really, as a people, as a community, completely embraced the idea of leaving inheritances to our future generations. We feel comfortable having houses and, you know, hoping the kids will inherit their houses, but at the same time, we forget that stuff happens, value of houses go down, or you even pass away before the house is completely paid or something, whatever happens. But if you leave a substantial inheritance outside of those assets, those basic assets that the family owns and is using, then it's going to make a lot of, it's going to make a whole lot of a difference to your family. Okay, and then we have stay-at-home parents. Now, if you're a stay-at-home parent, why do you even need home insurance? It helps you. If for some reason the other parent that's not staying at home gets knocked off work, gets an accident, passes away, you the stay-home parents, you don't get on the streets the next day. You're able to continue with life the way it is. And then homeowners. Often you would, for most of you that have bought homes, you would agree with me that before you buy a home, the bank will always like to know that you have life insurance. The reason behind that is they want to know that should anything happen, they're not just going to automatically need to foreclose on your mortgage. At least there is some sort of expected funding coming from somewhere that can cover that. And if you do not have life insurance, often they encourage you to get one. You can get a term life insurance, which is just for the term of the mortgage, so that by that time, you know you are covered. And those are some of the things that happen there. And then we have investors who have maxed out their savings. Yeah, if you're an investor and you do not have savings, I don't know. But in life, whatever we do, we're supposed to make sure we have enough for tomorrow. And that we can only have enough for tomorrow by planning today. So if you've maxed out your savings today, it means that your tomorrow is very uncertain. Now, if you have life insurance, at least you know there is a lump sum somewhere where you can actually, and life insurance doesn't mean you can only get it when you pass away. You can actually cash out part of your life insurance while you're still very much here and use that to settle a few things. So if you max out as an investor, you max out your savings, you can get back into the cash value part of your life insurance, cash it out, and continue to invest as you want to. And it also helps with investors who have maxed out their retirement plans. We all know, for those of you that have 401ks, you know that every now and then you can go in there, take out money from your 401k and use it for whatever. So imagine that you wiped out your retirement plan because you are working and you do not have any other plan for it. Life insurance takes care of that. You can have a life insurance that ensures that while you retire, you're able to take out a lump sum from your life insurance and live on your retirement. And then should anything happen, the rest of it at you passing goes to your family. All right, so those are some of the reasons why we need life insurance. I'm sure we can come up with a few more, but that which I love, and in case you're wondering, that picture beside there, that's my reason for having life insurance. It's to leave inheritance to my boys. So I do not know what your exact reasons are, but I think to me that's one of the best reasons for having that. Okay, now we're gonna look at, oh, by the way, so I didn't talk about annuities. So we have life insurance that is normally generally payable when you do pass, and then we have annuities, which is a plan that you can nicely have right now, and then when you, at some point you say, okay guys, can I have it back? You can have an annuity today that's repayable in 10 years. It's entirely up to you. So that's an investment that you make, but it is paid to the annuitant, which means you who buys that annuity policy, you are the beneficiary of it. But there are also options for you to actually sign over the benefits of an annuity to a beneficiary should anything happen to you. So you have those different options that you can look at. The beautiful thing with annuities is that you can buy an annuity, and most people buy annuities and use that as their retirement plan. Instead of relying on 401k or 403 or whatever else we have out there, most people buy annuities and use them for their retirement plan. That way they don't have to retire on their children, which is a very long-term retirement plan we've had in Africa. So if we can maybe stop buying, if we can stop that and start buying annuities, so we take care of ourselves when we retire and allow the children to grow, you know, and take care of themselves when they retire, that will be a good pace. That will be a changing, that will be a life-changing situation within our communities and so on. So yeah, so that's what happens with annuities. And you can have, your annuities can be paid back to you in different ways. You can have fixed amounts paid back to you, or you can decide I want my annuity paid back within a specific period. There are different ways of doing that. So what's the difference between an annuity and life insurance? There are a few differences, but I've explained most of them. So with annuity, the money is paid back to you over a specific period. With life insurance, the money grows over time. Life insurance is a continuous thing, and it also depends on the life insurance that you buy. So there are a few differences between these two. Most people that I have spoken to about life insurance actually prefer to have the two. They just want to put something, maybe it's not really too much, but enough to take care of their retirement needs, enough to take care of their medical insurance when they retire, when they leave work, because once you leave work, employer stops paying your medical insurance, right? So they want to be able to cater for those things even at retirement. Okay, then the next service that we do offer, consumer lending. This is lending that we offer to individuals, not companies. So with this, there are different needs that individuals and families have. And so what we try to do here is provide lending for this. You know, the biggest lending need to individuals is usually housing, real estate. And the reason it's consumer is because it's not investment. So if you're buying your house for your family, then it's a consumer lending, or it's a residential purchase. But if it is for business or whatever the case, then it doesn't fall here, it falls under the business lending. So we have real estate, we have travel. Of course, I know that due to COVID, a lot of you have not consumed your travel savings, hopefully not. So you should have enough in your travel savings account. And after COVID, though, I know there has been quite some traveling already, but I know people who can't just wait to fly out of wherever they are and go to another continent and have fun. And then we have, of course, we have gadgets. Gadgets could be anything, and gadgets can be expensive. So it depends on what your, and gadgets can be, so I'm talking here, and we have Alan sitting right in front of me, and he has quite some interesting gadgets. Names I do not know, but I bet they are pretty expensive. So if Alan were to do this, and hopefully he bought this under the business account, hopefully, that way we could depreciate them and write them off. But if he did not, and this were personal, then this would have been financed under consumer lending. So if he bought it under the business, then this will be financed under business equipment.
Just for the record, I didn't buy it under business.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you did. And then we have cars. I know people who say that their cars are their gadgets. I don't know how that works, but some people take their cars as their toys or their gadgets. So if you wanted to get a family car, you wanted to give your better half a fancy birthday gift, and you felt they deserve it. And I'm saying this to all the people that are thinking about it, please buy it, right? Just purchase it and give it over. I'm not gonna call names, but if you're watching me, please get that nice car for your spouse. If you can afford it, if the family financial situation can allow you to afford it. If not, please have a conversation about it. Electronics, we do know this day and age, everything is technological. So we need a whole lot of electronics, and they phase out so fast that we need to keep upgrading and buying. So we need to find a way of, so these electronics can also work as your business equipment. You can lease them or you can buy them. So you can lease them under your name, so that as they're phasing out, you just hand them back and take a newer version of the same asset that you're using. All right, and then, so that's it for consumer lending people. Next service that Azani Capital offers is credit repairs. Now, why do we offer this service? So initially credit repairs was not on our radar. But when we started looking at lending, we realized that for us to be able to assist our clients and entrepreneurs to get the loans that they need to be in good standing as far as their credit health is concerned. And how do we do that? Is there a way we can help them? Is there a way we can help them to be on their to be financially healthy? So the way this can happen is that I don't know about other countries. I know I've only seen this in the US. I haven't traveled that much, but it's not in South Africa. But I promise you that whatever advice that is used in the US to ensure that you are in good credit standing is the same advice that will serve you well anywhere. It basically ensures that you are financially responsible, you're financially accountable, you are not expending more than you are earning, you are paying your creditors on time, and you're paying them as you promised you would pay. So with credit repairs, we all know, especially with COVID, I don't know, some people did lose their jobs, they could not pay their bills. So of course that immediately affects your credit standing in the US because they gather all these records and they report them. So imagine that bill, that's a typical bills listing for any family, right? Or any individual for that matter. So you have utilities, loan payments, you have groceries to pay, you have late fees, doctors, dentists, you have car insurance, life insurance, then you have tuition for your kids, then you have to pay your car, then you have to pay your home, your mortgage payment, then so you have to pay your water bill, then you have to do repairs at home or anywhere else. And then you have property taxes that you have to pay if you bought a house, and then you have heating, and you have a whole lot, and taxes, normal taxes that you pay on everything that you buy. So put these bills together for someone that is in a dire financial situation, and you realize that at any given point, they need to prioritize what they are paying and what they're not going to pay anymore. So what they do is that they are bound to fall behind on some of their bills. When that happens, you are reported to the credit bureaus. In the US, we have 3 major credit bureaus. You're reported to these 3 major bureaus, and that affects your credit score. When your credit score goes down to a certain level, you are unable, one, it affects you in so many ways. There are employers that check your credit scores. All lenders, every single lender checks your credit score. There are health insurance companies that will check your credit score. Life insurance companies will check your credit score. So if your credit score is bad, you're almost likely not to be able to get any service that you want to get that requires consistent payment over time, or that requires credit payment. Yes, and you can also, if you are going to be applying for jobs to be a mortgage, whatever they call it, mortgage officer, you want to work at the bank as a teller, if your credit score is not stellar, you are not getting that job. It's just that simple. So if you were to apply for a job at Azani Capital, of course, we are going to do a check. It's just one of the things. We need to make sure that you are financially responsible in order to teach others to be financially responsible. Now, even if you are not financially responsible, but you are willing to be financially responsible, then we can take you through that journey. And that's why Azani Capital is here. We take you through the whole journey of becoming financially responsible by repairing your credit score, your credit situation. So we can take you from poor all the way to green, from red all the way to green. And the way we do this, it all depends on what you have on your credit report. So it is an individual, it is a personalized solution that we offer. The one person's situation cannot be the same as the other person's situation. The approach to it will be different. The time it will take to fix this will also be different. But that's a great service that we think for us to be able to provide all other services, we need to ensure that our people are of good standing. So I love this this quote. Who is Robert Kiyosaki? Who knows? Anybody? Let's see if I can pull up.
Yeah, I know him.
Alan, are they speaking? You can unmute anyone. Does anyone know who Robert Kiyosaki is? Who is that? Anybody? I'm asking the audience now. Anyone? You can answer here, or they can answer.
I just know it's.
Yeah.
I just know it's.
He's the author of the famous book Rich Dad Poor Dad. That's about the only financial book other than the ones I was ordered in school that I bought with my own money happily. Yes, so here's a great, if you can buy that book, there are some great life lessons in there, as the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad. So, and something else, while we're talking about,
sorry, there was toilet.
About credit repair.
Bye, Mama.
There is something else that I would like to say, and this is,
come on, give me a hug.
Credit repair is not just for
sorry, Jess.
businesses get
The audience.
Mommy, when
Jess,
are you guys coming back? We'll try not to stay, okay?
businesses have credit records, and I think this is something that most of us do not understand. And this is in the US. I don't know what happens in other countries, but in the US, there is a credit score for businesses. And if your credit score is bad, you cannot have a good loan in the name of that business. Now, why is it important to fix your business credit score? If you fix that, then you don't have to use your personal information to get business loans. So you keep your personal financial situation different aside from your business financial situation. But if you do not fix your business credit score, you find yourself using your personal information, your personal financial situation in order to rescue your business when your business needs rescue. All right, so we also do perform that service for the business credit repair. And should you want to know how that works, if you're an entrepreneur and you really want to know how that works, please come forward and let's have a conversation after this. Now, the next service we're going to look at is accounting and tax. I think almost everyone here knows what that is. I'm not going to elaborate on it too much, but the services that we provide under our accounting and tax service is we have taxes, and these taxes are both personal and corporate, right? And then we do financial statement, of course. There's the usual small business support that we perform, the normal bookkeeping that comes with it, and you have payroll services. So those are the services that we perform, and across there is just, roadmap on how we carry out the services. So you come to us, we talk to you, we draft a plan, you agree on the plans, and we both implement it. And that's what we do with our accounting and tax. I think that I'm looking for a slide on business consulting. Yes. So business consulting, I think this is very crucial. Almost everyone we all do some kind of business, or we aspire to do some kind of business. Now, if you're going to do that, at Azani Capital, we do offer business consulting, and we focus on operational excellence. So it's not just random business consulting, but business consulting that's going to ensure that your operations are excellent. So let me just reiterate the areas that we do focus on. We focus on leadership behaviors because that affects the mode of the company, the motivation, the energy, the creativity of the teams. We talk about innovation. What do you need to do? Things change so fast. What does your company need to do to keep track, to keep the pace? We also talk about employee engagement. Now, how do you engage your employees? How do you even source for employees? How do you train them? How do you engage them? How do you retain them? Continuous improvement. Basically, whatever product or service that you are offering as an entrepreneur, how do you continue to improve that? Because you can't just have, Azani today is what it is, but it cannot just stay as it is today. We need to ensure there's continuous improvement even at Azani as we offer it to the other clients. So we continuously need to look at what our clients need, what their asks are, what the gaps are, and we try to fill that for our clients. We continue to strive to improve and then exceed customer expectations. If there's anything that you should do as an entrepreneur is strive to exceed customer expectations. And that's one of our mottos at Azani Capital, to say that we are committed to your financial success, meaning that we strive to go all the way and beyond to ensure that you get to where you deserve to be. And then there's high reliability. As a business, as a company, people should be able to rely on you. They should be able to trust you. They should be able to believe in you. So if you do not have that high reliability from all the stakeholders, not just the clients, meaning your clients should have that trust. Your employees should, your investors should, your suppliers should, and any other person that does business with you should have that high reliability. So on the right is just some of the effect after we've affected the operational excellence, some of the rip-off that we get from that, which include things like lower cost and reduced labor turnover. You have greater brand protection and all of that. So that's one of the things that we do. If you could give me a second, ladies, sorry, everyone, keep talking. Let me grab my chair. I think I'm running out of getting space for now. I will be back in a minute. Kayem, you wanna take over?
Yeah, okay, Jess. While Jess is grabbing her charger, I'll just read the comments from the chat and the questions as well. From Vivian Ayafo, great initiative, Jess. Keep up the great work, sis. You are definitely on the right lane. Let's keep supporting and empowering each other together and collectively well, do the impossible. Great job, guys. Thanks, Vivian Ayafo. There is a question from Vivian asking, is this recorded? Yes, this is being recorded. We are recording this this launch. Cyril is asking, what is the reason the company decided to register as a corporation and run a non-profit entity? Why did it not register as a non-profit organization? Cyril, I can try to answer that question. Azani Capital is a profit-making business like every other company, okay? Azani Capital is a profit-making entity. However, it has a charity arm. I'm sure you've heard of, for example, Microsoft. Microsoft is a company that is profit-making. It has different branches, but there is also the Microsoft non-governmental organization, which I think goes through, which offers, donates to charities, donates to the United Nations, donates to Gavi, donates to different governments. So that's a little bit how we are operating this. There is also MasterCard, for example. The MasterCard is a company that is profit-making, but it has a MasterCard Foundation, you see, which deals with charities. It has a charity arm. So that is pretty much the perspective of Azani Capital. Since Jess is back, I'll let her take that question. There, Jess, Cyril was asking why the company decided to register as a corporation and run a non-profit as one of its arms. Why didn't it register as a non-profit organization? So I was offering an answer to that, but if you have if you can expatiate on that before you continue.
All right, Kayem, is that back to me?
Yes, that's back to you, Jess.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Was there a question for me to answer? Sorry, madam.
Yes. Yes, there was, guys, I'd just like for us to please mute our mics if we are not taking the stands. There's a baby crying in the background and there's been noise from time to time. So if we can kindly mute our mics so that we don't interrupt the conversation. Jess, the question was, what is the reason Azani Capital decided to register as a corporation and run a non-profit entity? Why did it not register as a non-profit organization? So I was giving Cyril the example of Microsoft, which is a profit-making organization, but it has a charity arm which donates money to governments and international organizations and so on. And I also give the example of MasterCard Foundation, but if you can expatiate on that as well.
Okay. Thank you, Kayem. So, is that an echo? Okay. All right. I think that's a good question. You see, the thing is that those of us at Azani Capital, the team, everyone from Kayen to Akwi to Roland, myself, to all the rest of the support I've been getting, we believe that no venture is worth it if you do not have a plan to give back to the community. And because Azani Capital itself is a profit entity, we cannot do the things that we want to do for the community under the same company. So that's why we had to create an arm called Azani Charities, so that whatever it is we want to give back to the community, we would do that under the Azani Charities arm. And as we are having this, feel free, if you want to be part of the Azani Charities team, please feel free to indicate. Sylvia, who is heading that company, is going to get in touch with you if you want to be part of that. But we are we are going to talk a little bit about Azani Charities once we're done going through these services, which I think, if I'm not making a mistake, we are about done or so. Okay. So this speaks to Azani Charity in a way, right? We have at Azani Capital, we have a very soft spot. We have a huge focus on women and youth. We believe that, and we are not saying that men do not have a vital role to play. That's not what we're saying. We are just saying that the resources or the resourcefulness, especially of women, has been so undermined that if tapped into, the benefits that we will all witness as a people, as a community, will be unfounded. And we want to try to play whatever part that we can play in actually tapping into this resourcefulness of women and youth. You would agree with me that across our continent, youth are wasted despite their creativity. They are actually persecuted as a result of them being so creative. So we want to come in and encourage them in whatever way we can do, encourage women and youths to take these bold steps to do the things that they need to do that will benefit not just them, but that will benefit the whole community, their families, and of course, every single one of us directly or indirectly. So we have a special focus on that. And another reason for the special focus on women is because statistically, women have a huge challenge getting access to finance. And imagine, generally women, it doesn't really matter the color, right? So whether you're white, green, yellow, or red, you generally are seen to be less viable by the big lenders. You're seen to be less serious as far as entrepreneurship is concerned. And so the banks themselves do not take them that seriously. And we have some really powerful women at Azani Capital, and we're like, no, we have to find a way, play whatever role that we can, focus on this to make sure that we project women. We have formidable women. Let's project them, see if we can get them all the resources that they need in order to do all the great things that they aspire to do. So that's why we have some sort of a special focus on women and youth in here. And I'm sure the pictures speak for themselves. So no one can ask me which women or which youth are we talking about, right? So another quote from this guy, Robert Kiyosaki. He says financial freedom is financial freedom is a mental, emotional, and educational process. So it is not just because you wish to be financially free that you become free. And I'm saying this to all those that have any iota of freedom fighting spirit in them, to say that whatever you want to do in life, whatever you want to achieve, it starts with mental preparedness. It starts with mental acceptance. It starts with mental freedom by saying you're gonna do this. And then emotional, it simply means you should not be emotional. Don't go being angry because your credit is bad. Do something to fix it. That's the whole part. Being angry about it is not going to change the situation. Be deliberate. Once you free yourself mentally to say you want to change this and you want to start this business and you're going to take this loan, go for it. Don't be emotional about it. And then educate yourself. And I'm really happy to say that one of the main goals of Azani Capital is to focus on education, financial education for that matter. So one of the things I will be sending out in a week or two is our YouTube channel, which is going to be talking about financial issues that affect our everyday lives and the things that we need to do to change that. So it's a huge focus of Azani Capital. If you were to check our website, our social media platforms, you will see that we actually focus not on selling our services, but on educating our people. Because we believe that if we educate our people, they get the knowledge that they need to take their financial life around. And then at the end of the day, we will all be better. We will all be at a better place. So, that's it. I would like to ask if there are any questions before I go to the website. Or maybe, Alan, if I can stop sharing.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to stop sharing now and just let us go through the website and then we can definitely see what Azani Capital website looks like. I know for a long time, a few people are like, Jesse, I went to your website and it says under construction. I'm like, yeah, that's the you just have to wait like 6 hours before they launch out and then it will be live. So I have been working with a formidable team to put the website through, and Alan, we were in when you're ready to share the website. And there we have it, everybody. That's Azani Capital website. We're going to walk through it very briefly. Like we said, we do not want to be doing business as usual. We want to do business the way business should be done, right? So this website is actually developed to do just that. It is developed to enable you to communicate your needs to Azani Capital, and it is developed to educate you on what you need to know. So I'm going to, Alan, you're going to be helping me here. So if you can just scroll down, we are on your homepage. If you can just scroll down a little bit further down. Okay, so the question is why would you choose us? Why would you choose Azani Capital? And those are the different services that we offer. Okay, so those are the different services that we offer, summarized on there nicely. If you were to click on any of them, Alan, you can choose any and click on. Let's see where it's gonna take us.
Movie.
Which one are you trying to
Business
offer?
lending. You didn't give me that. But it was like
Yeah, we don't see you move, so we
no,
don't
I deactivated. I deactivated the cursor so that I don't doesn't show on.
Okay, go on to lending.
Let me refresh the page and then let's see.
Yeah, you do that. Or I could always share on my end if you're having some issues. Put further down. Wait, is that the link that I sent to you?
The new
Or
one?
did you have to type that in?
I just went into the page, azani.com.
Okay, that's good. All right, so click on any of the loans there, factoring, any.
For this moment.
All right.
Credit repair.
So there we have, so you took credit repair.
Yep.
If you were to go on the website and you go click on any service that you want, it's going to take you to that specific area. It will tell you what credit repair is about. It will tell you why we are doing it. And above all, the beautiful thing about this is that you see there, you always find apply today or apply today all over the place. But before we get to the apply today, I would just want us to go back to the top of the screen and just kind of showcase some of those things that we've just spoken about. So if you can click on lending, let's see what that's going to pull up. So if you click on lending, then you have mostly our business lending. So it's commercial real estate. Fast cash is your working capital. You need cash really quick. It can be factoring, it can be anything that we can do to get that fast cash. Construction funding, whether you are buying land, you're actually building. Debt restructuring, so you owe like 50 people and you need to find a way to pay them. You can do that for you, bring them together and be paid each one a tiny little bit every month, and that way your credit health will be improved.
Sorry, actually, okay, go ahead.
Yes, so just go to lending. Okay, new equipment, and then it says new equipment, but it doesn't necessarily have to be new equipment. You know, we can finance new and used equipment. So if you want to buy used caterpillars, or you want to buy used cars, for example, we would finance those for you. If you were to click on any of those, let's see, fast cash or any of those, I'll give it a second, seems to be getting on there. So the fast cash will take you to the page for a fast cash. It's going to explain exactly what fast cash is about. Scroll down. And if you were to look at that, you will realize that you would find a whole lot of people on Azani Capital that look like you, that look like myself, looks like your mom, your dad, your son, your daughter, because this is us, right? We're not trying to do something that is not us. As diverse as we are, we also understand our needs. So here is sell and lease back still under equipment financing. You can sell your old car and lease back. So basically you sell, you get in some money, then you lease and start paying slowly. It gives you some cash in the bank for you to continue. You want to learn what lines of credit are, you can go on there and check. If you're not sure what they apply, you have a phone number on there, just call and we will talk to you. So, our website is very interactive. From anywhere, it can take you to exactly where you want to be. So Alan, let's go back to the top, see what we have. Okay, so let's click on financial services. Yes, so on financial services, that's where you have, these are other services other than lending, right? So you have business consulting, your credit repair, life insurance and annuities, accounting, tax, commercial loan. We just put the commercial loan brokerage there so that it can always take you back to the lending page. Now, if you were to click on, say, life insurance and annuities. Okay, so the life insurance and annuities, it tells you why you would need life insurance. It tells you the things that we can do for you, very summarized as far as that is concerned. So very briefly, so it helps you plan for what's ahead. So this is exactly how our website is built. So let's see, is it, go up again, go back to the home page, let me see if I can showcase something else. Okay, so we have home. And I love this picture. It just, what it tells me of an entrepreneur who has got his financing, has his books in order, is tax compliant, and his credit health is at the top. And this is a happy entrepreneur right here. This is a happy individual, and this is exactly where you all want to be, whether as a person or as a business. And this is where we want to take it, precisely why it's on our homepage. So let's go to media, see what we have. So like I told you, Azani Capital is very focused on education. So if you were to click on our blog, we have a number of articles on there already. Please feel free, go on there, read, ask questions, anything you do not understand. Same thing with our Facebook page. We have a number of articles on there that you should read. We keep you informed. If there are any changes in the financial landscape, we try to let you know. We write a blog on it, we put a post on Facebook, and we do this consistently. So scroll down, Alan, let's see what we have. So it takes you back to those are the different blocks that we have posted so far. Go on there, look at what is bridge money, what is hard money. If you're not sure, call me. Call any of Azani team members and they will be able to take you through that. So let's go back to the top. Back, so if we were to go to our firm, yes. So it says our firm is about leveraging international experience to help SMEs and individuals succeed. Please scroll down. You have our vision, mission, and values, right? And I think I want to read our values per se. Our values are built around quality, integrity, and community spirit. Community spirit is very important to Azani Capital, extremely important. Whatever we do, we try to see if there is anything, any impact, because once you impact one person, you are indirectly impacting the community. So we want to see how to impact one person at a time, one business at a time, and one community at a time. So so we will keep meeting different communities, having conversations with them, educating them, and offering them these services and beyond to make sure that we are all knowledgeable and we get to where we need to get to be financially healthy. So can we scroll down a little bit, Alan? Sorry. And this is us, the Azani Capital team. If you want to find out who we are, I have introduced the team before. And one thing you would have noticed is that the team works in different countries in the world. The team has experience in different countries in the world. So we're harnessing this international experience from all over and we're putting it into what we are building. We understand where we come from, we understand our challenges, we understand our mindset, and we're saying that we're here with that understanding to help you turn things around. And that's Azani Capital. We are big on this. We are big on helping you, we are big on helping us, we are big on helping our communities. And most importantly, we are big on setting the pace for the next generations. And I think that is what is most important. Once we start doing this, it kind of, it gets back to our kids. They pick up from there and they can only do better. So these are some of the things that we want to do. And we're going to continue with education right down to the teenagers, right down to everything that will be able to understand this concept and start applying it. All right, if you can scroll down one more time, Alan, thank you so much. Again, you have all our services on there. Back to who we are, just so you know exactly, again, the services that we offer. Business lending, business consulting, credit repair, and you have life insurance, home loans, and tax and accounting. So scroll down. Yes, Azani Charities. So before we get there, before we get to Azani Charities, let's go back to the top. There is a button that says apply. Apply now. Click on that. Now, all over the website, you will come across that says apply now. Now, what that does, it enables you to choose the service that you need. Now, this is an online platform. It is linked to our client management system. So the moment you fill this information, we get it on our CRM. We're able to pick it up and see exactly what you need, your contact details, and we can call you right back. Just for illustration, I would want, Alan, you go ahead, choose any service, or you can choose the one you want, the one you need right now. We can work on it.
Business.
Okay, so if you need a business loan, how much do you need?
$7,580.
What kind of figure is that?
Well, that's a figure.
That's weird. When do you need the money?
Now. Because let's see. When we are just, let me just give you guys some grace period. How about Monday?
Fine, please say what we can do for you.
Next.
What year did you start your business? This is where your company history starts becoming very important.
2002.
In what state is your company registered?
Just put the full thing on, that's fine.
Just put the, hopefully it goes through. What type of entity is your company? You know, you don't have to give us the real thing, just.
It's called test the system.
And what is your revenue so far this year? You can be very ambitious.
We were broke. Let's see, 108,000.
Okay. And what was your revenue last year?
Last year was bad, 60,000. Last year COVID was around.
Okay. Take next. So how will you be using this money? You see, lenders don't just give you money because you ask for it. So they have to know what you're using it for. They need to make sure that it makes business sense. For example, if Appy and I were to say we want to go buy shoes, and they're like, oops, sorry. Yeah, right. Yeah. So how will you be using this money? You choose. Oh, obviously equipment. Yeah, I should have known. Yeah, let's go to next. And have you applied with other lenders? This is where it's crucial. Do your research before you apply, because if one lender turns you down, they talk to each other. They can pick it up. So, and if you lie on here to say no, and it happens that they check within their bureau where they check client information and they will turn you down one for not being honest, which is very important in lending. So if you have applied, say you've applied and state the reason for which you will decline. It is very important. So have you applied with other lenders? Let's take no and, okay. Oh, you can also say yes on one better thing. So tell us about your goals and current situation. Now, what is prompting you to get this? This information that you're filling filters into our client management system, and we can keep it right there. Like, about 1 minute after you click submit, we get the information, and one of our consultants contacts you to see how we can help you. And it is also important to note that at Azani we emphasize in conversation. Conversation doesn't, or let me put it like this, technology doesn't replace conversations. We are very much focused on having conversations with our clients, understanding you, getting to know you so that we can help you better. All right, let's go next. After we fix marketing.
Just do that. Almost fixed.
Okay, now this is where it starts becoming interesting. What is your credit score? Choose any. Say, yeah, let's go next. And then this is where you put your information. Who is it? Company name, last name. Okay, your name is Kitron Y. Okay, that's nice. Your email. And another thing I must emphasize on is that this is secure. The information that you provide at Azani Capital is secure. This website was built with that security in mind. So only the person who is assigned to your file will be able to see your information. So if there are 6 teams on Azani team and your product doesn't fall in the portfolio of 5 people, only the 1 person who is assigned to that portfolio gets to see your information. And they have a responsibility, they have confidentiality clause that we have all signed to maintain your information as private as possible. So if any information that you send to Azani were to trickle out, please feel free to sue us. That's within your right. But we definitely promise you that we are very security conscious. You want to submit? Hopefully it doesn't reject your phone number. All right, so that's the message that will appear on the screen. Success, your application has been received. Our team is reviewing and will be in touch soon. And after this, a few minutes after that, you should be able to get an email acknowledging that we have received that. And then one of us will obviously contact you. That information has been sent to our client management system. And then we will definitely, the moment we see that, we already start doing some research on finding out a possible solution for you. So Alan, thank you so much for being awesome, but I want you to go back to the top where it says our firm. And I know that I'm keeping you all, okay, we will be on time, I think. Yeah. So if we were to go to right at the bottom, under our firm, oh, sorry, before we go there, no, no, sorry, go down, further down. Azani Charities. There we go. Okay, so we have had a couple of questions as to why we had to do this, the interest in Azani Charities, and I've tried to explain that we are very passionate, personally, and I'm speaking for myself, and this, it's a beautiful thing that the team that I work with feels the same way. If I am to get involved in a venture like this and I'm not able to give back to the community, I do not personally feel good about it. I want to be able to look back. At Azani, we want to sit and say that we were able to help these ladies get into business. We're able to help these ladies fix, these ladies get into these courses that they want to do. Azani Charity, yes, we do provide assistance to those as far as we are able to that need assistance, but our focus is on empowerment. So it is not on handout, it is not on day-to-day support, it is more on long-term empowerment. We are looking to be able to help women, say, who wants to get into very male-dominated fields like engineering, like IT, like business. We are looking to do that. We're looking to encourage women to do that. And we're also looking to encourage women who are entrepreneurs, those that want to and those that are already entrepreneurs, with mentorship, financial advice, and whatever that we need to do to help them. That's part of the team for a dream for Azani Charities. Also, we also know, I'm not going to repeat the phrase that the youth are the what of tomorrow? Yes, because someone said, and then they refused to give us tomorrow, and we still here, you know, as a youth, and we're getting old, and we haven't seen it tomorrow, so we don't know when that's going to happen. All right, so we are very focused on that, empowering, and I want to emphasize on that. It is not about support. It is not about material support to people. Every now and then, Azani Charity will do that because we are givers. Everyone is a giver. But ultimately, what we want to do is empower people to be able to empower others. We want to build people that empower. We want to build people that look back at communities and see what they can give back because someone did that for them. So, and I'm doing this, and I was telling the team that one of the reasons I'm doing this is it's sort of personal. I have been a beneficiary of awesome kindness in my life, and it doesn't make sense to not give back, right? So, and I don't know what would have happened without that awesome kindness that was shown to me, my family, my friends. But if you think of the impact that you can have if you do that to somebody. Oh, by the way, I think I saw Professor Tafa on there at some point. Hi, Daddy. All right. That's it. I think this is the presentation of Azani Charity. Feel free, please, ladies and gentlemen, don't go on the website and just put information because you want to test us. We have tested ourselves. We've tested the system, the information flow and everything. If you have a need, please put it through and we'll contact you. But there is one thing, if we were to go back to the apply now and click on credit repair, you would see that that is phrased differently because credit repair is not like the other businesses. And there will be a designated website for credit repair that is coming up in a way. And it will be linked to this so that when you go on there, you'll be able to see it. So that is credit repair. Tell us about your goals. So the questions under credit repair are completely different because you're not trying to get finance. Also, the questions are specific to the service that you're asking for. They are not generic. So I just thought I should point that out. I see there are a lot of questions coming up. We're going to have an interesting conversation after this. Go next. Let's see. What is your credit score? Let's say below 500, that's why you want to bump it up. Your name, company. So it doesn't take you the long route of asking loan amount and all of that information. It takes you, what do you want to do? What's your credit score? So we know where you are and where you need to be. And then we get your details and we get on that. Your name is Bad Credit Low Score? Okay, Alan, have fun. Yes, this is good. Email. Unfortunately, the CRM that we use, I cannot share because we already have some client information on there. That is confidential. That's a back-end system, back-end tool that we use, cannot be shared on a platform like this. Okay, so that's how simple it is for credit repairs. We received your information, says you need credit repair. This is where your score is at the moment, and this is where you like to be, and then we will get to you and we'll start working on that. So that's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. And at the bottom there, you have a summary of those other pages. You can just click on there. If you could go to or to contact, just want to reemphasize our contact details there. You have our phone number, you have our email, and you could also send a message that will be captured in our, we will receive an email to say someone is sending a message, an inquiry, yes, and we will get that. So I think I will stop here. Must have been talking for too long, and then we will see what questions we have, and let's have a bit of a conversation about what you have seen, everybody.